What's up? What's up? How you doing, Liz?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm out here just being grateful. That's it.
So glad to
Super
hear
grateful.
it. All right. So it already seems like you haven't missed a beat.
Honestly, it feels amazing. I'm just grateful, honestly. Been out here, and I'm just out here being grateful, having the ability to do the work that I love. Just really being grateful, being around my family and doing the work. There's no other word but grateful, honestly and truthfully. Um, what led me to prison was actions, my actions, as well as, understanding accountability. At that time, I didn't understand accountability, and being in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong individuals got me sentenced to 19 years. But, through the grace of God, I had the ability to get back 7 years through a direct appeal based off of excessive sentencing, and that left me with 12, which led me to do 10 years, and this is why you see me here. But due to a fight, I know just at the end of the day, I'm just grateful that the individual is alive. His family is, maybe not as well as they probably once was, but they're good, and that's all that really matters. I definitely learned and just understand that accountability is everything. And responsibility brings forth accountability. So I had to first understand these things. For me, for the most part, I'm just grateful, truthfully speaking. My support system was immaculate, from my mother to my sister, to the women that I was dealing with while incarcerated, to my brothers. It was beautiful, but education, school, training dogs. My dog that I trained, Elvie, she's now a police dog at Brown University. I did that through Puppies Behind Bars. I facilitated small business classes, done everything under the sun. But that was because I knew I couldn't just sit down and just be idle with my time. I had to keep motion. I had to keep doing. And my experience, like I remember telling my mom, yo, this is the best thing that happened to me. And she told me I was bugged out. But now when she's looking, and we're sitting at Hostos College, community college, and I'm speaking about education in front of a crowd, she's looking and she's in the crowd and she's happy. When she's standing up, I give her a shout out. She's happy. So it's because of, the support system that I have, the letters that I've got, the amount of love has just been, I'm just humbled and grateful for it. So that's basically what helped me get through my situation. Education, because through education, professors built relationships, also friendships, brotherhoods, that is unending. And that was basically what my experience was like going through prison, being around individuals. Everybody I was around was in college. That's different. So the individuals I was with, man, I love y'all, man, and I can't wait for y'all to touch down, truthfully speaking, because the world, they don't know. They don't know. We out here. Oh, the Feed Your Fresh, the Simon Busano story?
Yes.
Yeah, it was immaculate. Like, to have the ability to do that while being incarcerated, and I don't know if you knew, that same day that we did that documentary, when I left the visit, I went back to the cell and I found out I got into college. Same day. So seeing that documentary, my mom, Tana, Marquise, my barber, and just hearing them talk, it was beautiful. Like, it was really dope to see people's perspective and just to hear, But overall, it was surreal. Truthfully, it was surreal. Having a voice while being incarcerated was surreal. biggest takeaway from my experience is education in many forms, whether it be the formal education that I received from BARD or the informal education that I received from myself and just the day-to-day experiences of being incarcerated. Having to sit with myself and reflect on my actions, on things that happened to me in the past, and just the day-to-day, that time, reading, that type of education is, you can't really pay for that. So for me, I would definitely say education was the biggest takeaway from my incarceration on both sides of the spectrum, formal and informal. Well, grateful for that, definitely. Having the ability to plug in with people that I was incarcerated with, like my brother Rich Paul, he assisted me in my first speaking engagement in Long Island with strong youth. And once I posted the video from that speaking engagement, mind you, that was a week after I got out. Once I posted that, like, it went crazy. People were like DMing me, hit me in my inbox, yo, proud of you. How can I get you to speak at my school? I want you to speak to my students. I showed my principal your video. I showed my boss your video. How can I, get you in these classrooms? And, they was asking prices and things of that nature. But for me, it was just more so getting back to the youth and having that ability, the social capital is basically how I got back and how I got into school, and they seen the work. So them seeing the work and the social capital helped me open up doors. People, besides the people, Brock, my brothers at GBC, my brothers at Vinny Styles, my brother Michi, my brother Marquise, a bunch of people basically, but Brock was the driving force, and also a lot of women that were around me helped me along the way with Lil Main, but more specifically Brock, he took the torch. When I blew trial, he was there, and I asked him to take care of business. I gave him my MCM book bag. It had shirts in it, and he took the book bag and the shirts, and I came home and I got a book bag with shirts. So this is 10 years later, and I'm grateful. So Brock, definitely, you can't even pay for that. It's priceless. It's priceless. So Lil Main came after I caught this case, right? I was on Rikers Island. I got caught in Miami. I was on Rikers Island, and I was just looking around like, yo, these dudes don't even understand, like, where I just came from. It's crazy. So I said to myself while I was sitting there, like, how do you want to be remembered? If this was to go down like that, how do you want people to remember you? So prior to that, I was throwing parties. I was a party promoter and things of that nature, and I always was into fashion. And I'm like, do I just want to be remembered as a, fresh, the fly guy, and, party promoter and so on and so forth? Do I want to be remembered as that, or do I want to leave a fingerprint? So what I did was, once I bailed out, I started a brand called Dirty Work, where I was putting shirts in a Ziploc bag. And I'm like, how far can I go with this? Like, I'm selling drugs. And then I met an artist, and I seen Saki, and from there it was up. It was up. Like, once I posted it on Instagram, people said they wanted it. Actually, what was crazy is my barber, Marquise, my mentor, he was one of the first people that was like, yo, I like your shirts. And I'm like, yo, you really like this? So it was a combination of what I was doing, skater, party promoting, skating, the lifestyle I was living, I was more comfortable with Lil Main, and people always ask me, yo, where the name come from? And I tell them, listen, man, you got something for everybody. You might not eat pork, you might not eat beef, you got vegetables, Lil Main, right? And people are like, yo, how do you relate it? I said, truthfully speaking, coming from where we come from, we probably ate more Chinese food or lo mein than people in Asia, respectfully. But lo mein is not just an Asian dish. You got lo mein in the Caribbean. So this is just something that we educate the people on, and the dog represents the underdogs, people like you and I coming from the communities we come from. And when you spell underdog backwards, you get God renew. The D is silent though, so just remember that. Don't have me out here like, yo, he capping. Nah, but that's, the idea of lo mein is just the underdogs. We out here, and we doing what we supposed to do in a sense. And the mindset that we have, regardless of where you at on the totem pole, is the underdog mentality. Because if you trying to go where you going, you're not there. You're not there yet, obviously. So you always got to keep working, and that's just what the underdog mentality is about. Just working, but looking good while you work. A lot. Truthfully speaking, I'm about to be the new Ralph Lauren. Like, that's my vision. Not saying just polo shirts and horses and stuff. No, I'm talking about lifestyle. We got dog products on the way. We got a lot of stuff on the way. The summer is gonna be crazy. I got a pop-up shop I'm doing in June. It's gonna be a welcome home pop-up shop, graduation pop-up shop, happy birthday pop-up shop, just in a pop-up shop, but to incorporate all this energy into one space. But what's next for lo mein is just everything for the most part. Well, more specifically, just tapping back into our market, hitting the ground, guerrilla marketing. We're about to get our food truck this summer, where instead of a storefront, we're gonna be in the food truck. Takeout, come get with us. We doing things differently. We doing things our way, in a sense. And I say we, because I'm talking about me and Tanda, Brock, and everybody else on our team. Because I can't do this just by myself. You're only as good as your team is. And this is just what we doing. We out here. They can find me in the streets, but they can find me on social media, IG, underdog_fresh. For the brand, they can find lo mein_collection, LOMEIN_collection. Website, lomeincollection.com. They can find product in GBC Boutique, 1103 East 34th, Brooklyn, New York, as well as Vinny Styles, Flatbush Avenue, across the street from the Barclays in Brooklyn, New York. Watch out for that food truck. It's coming soon, baby. We out here feeding the fresh, feeding everybody fresh. Gotta eat that lo mein.